Hello, Max McGee. Governor Larry Hogan is at Denton Elementary School for coronavirus response in schools. Let's listen in.
To Caroline County and to the state for all their efforts to try to come up with these it's under very difficult circumstances to come up with these hybrid learning opportunities to make sure that our kids, especially the ones that have the most difficulty with connectivity or special needs or language issues, that they have the opportunity to get into a classroom. And it was really exciting to see some of the kids. So with that, we'd be happy to take a few questions from anyone.
And what you saw today is what you have encouraged other systems to do. There were 16 others that didn't have plans quite like this.
Yeah, well, so I think 16 counties do have some type of plan to bring, not exactly the same as Caroline County. I think they've done a great job, but there are, the majority, 2/3 of the jurisdictions do have plans to bring some kids back into the classroom very safely, distanced, the ones that are the most challenged. And some of them are going to continue to bring more and more kids back as it's safe going into the rest of the month of September and into the fall. And so there were a few counties that have decided to close the schools through the end of the year, but most counties are going to try to get some of the kids back in sooner.
Out of all the places you had to choose to come, why come here to Denton on Eastern Shore?
You know, we were just excited. First of all, I think Caroline County has done a wonderful job. The superintendent said to me that, that they had a number of different great programs going on, that they were bringing kids back in this week. And I said I wanted to go visit schools on the first day of school. And it was just the superintendent's invitation to say, let's go to Caroline County, let's go to Denton, and we can go see a high school, a middle school, and an elementary school. So it was really neat to see the kids at various ages and see some of the things. I was expecting to see kids that were, struggling more than they were. They were so excited to be back. You could tell how enthused they were for the first day of school. The teachers were excited to finally be able to see some kids. And it was also really cool to see the remote distance learning. We got to participate in some Zoom classes with the teachers and say hi to the kids that were at home learning as well. And they seemed to be doing really well too. A couple of the teachers said they had 100% participation. The kids were smiling and giving the thumbs up and using their reaction buttons on Zoom to give thumbs up. So they're learning quite a bit. And I know it's not quite the same as being back in the schools, but I know they're doing an incredible job trying to reach all the kids every way they can in a safe way.
Some of your thoughts, Dr. Salmon, I mean,
yeah.
You've seen a lot of this in writing or in paper, but what was it like to see it going on today?
Well, I think it was very exciting, and it's just exactly what we've been talking about and envisioning, is this gradual return to public education in any way that we can. And I was just thrilled to see what Dr. Salins and her team have done here, and the Board of Education has been very supportive of bringing these students back. And I think today the governor got to see what what we hope is going to be possible in many other school systems in the coming days and weeks. So we're very excited, very happy about today.
Doctor, why don't you, since you did such a great job.
Did the plan.
Dr. Salins did the plan here.
No,
I think
Dr. Salins didn't. Dr. Salins worked with an amazing group of people.
Tell everybody.
An amazing group
tell
of
her she
people.
was going to have to talk, but.
Yeah. So, no, I have the privilege of working with an amazing group of people who developed the plan and implemented the plan. It was a lot of hard work, a lot of energy and time, but well worth it. It warmed my heart to see some of our students in, and we're going to be working continuously through the next several weeks to get more of our students into our schools.
Great. What are some of the challenges you guys are facing, with connectivity or school meals, or even checking in on the wellness of students?
So all of this put together, so our food service has not stopped. We've always had a plan, and more challenging now because we have some students in the building, some not in the building, so we need to meet all of our students' needs. So literally doing a door-to-door while we're serving here at school. And so connectivity has also been a challenge that we have been working to double our broadband here in Caroline for our schools, and then working with our individual students and their parents to be able to see that they can get online as well. But it is definitely a challenge for us.
And some of those kids that are not able to get online at home, they're here in the school with folks helping them with the computers and where they do have the connectivity.
Governor, Dr. Salmon said you all will be making other visits. Is that true?
This is our third visit, I guess. But yeah, I told her I wanted to get out and visit some more schools.
On the schedule.
I don't know which ones we have planned, but I think it's just great to get out and see some of the kids and welcome them. I enjoyed that. It's great to be out of Annapolis and to be out, seeing some smiling children who are excited about being in school. So I enjoyed it. I'd like to do this every day. a lot better than my day job.
And I know at first you all had said it's up to the local school jurisdictions to do what they feel is best, but then not long ago you guys said we want in-person learning, and maybe some districts felt like, well, they said we could do what we want, and now they're saying we need to do this at a minimum. What do you guys, I mean, is that mixed messaging, or?
No, I think the mixed messaging was what you just said with the question, because we never told anybody they had to get back to school. It is the local school superintendents and school boards' decisions. You know, they're the duly appointed or elected school boards that have the authority. But the state asked all of the school systems to come up with a plan to try to get some kids safely back into the classrooms at some point. 16 of our 24 jurisdictions did that, and 8 of them simply said, we're not going to bring any kids back for the whole year. And we asked them to go back and take another look at that by the end of the first quarter to see if there weren't some special needs kids and some folks that they're really going to suffer by not having in-person instruction. And I think they will go back and do that. But we still are leaving it completely up to the local jurisdictions with some guidance from the state board. Some of our local, just a couple of weeks ago when they had to turn in these plans, most of them did. And they asked for some more guidance and metrics from the state health department and the state board of ed, and we have done that. So, but we think they're making progress.
Absolutely. Very encouraged by the rallying around that whole idea.
Great. I'll say, usually somebody says last question. I'll say last question. All right, anything?
Will the state be keeping track of any possible cases, from students and teachers?
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe I'll let Dr. Salmon address that.
It's part of the health department's responsibility in each of the local school systems. The superintendents will work closely with their health officers, and they all have protocols that are specified in the health metrics for what to do during that time, and so they will all be ready to implement that when and if necessary. But I do want to emphasize that in 2 counties this past summer, we had Worcester and Calvert counties had in school for summer school. They had 0 cases, staff and students. So we're very encouraged by that information.
Great. Well, thank you all very much. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, great job.
All right, Greensboro?
Greensboro. Okay, we're going to do it.
Okay, you just heard from Governor Larry Hogan. Stay with WJZ for the latest on the coronavirus, as well as the first day of school today. We'll extensive coverage today on WJZ News at noon.